In this daily drop, it's an update to the set I'll be using for the hybrid content I'm creating for Canon, with specific focus to the tabletop covering and handling these ugly things. So let's go. Okay, everybody, what a day it's been, but things are moving forward and seemingly busy right now. So that's great. And what I wanted to do is a follow-up to this set that I'm creating for Canon for some hybrid content. Once this is locked in, I may remove this tabletop covering and I will bring in different backgrounds for different types of content. But I've gotten approval on this. They like this, but they wanted to change the tabletop covering from the red that I had in the previous episode, which I'll put in the description and also towards the end of the video. And they wanted to go with something a little bit more neutral that also wasn't bouncing red onto their products. And I agree. So I have this faux leather marine grade vinyl. You can get this stuff in tons of different colors. We used to be able to get it easily at a place called Joann's. That's now gone bankrupt and is out of business, at least for the time being. You could go to Michael's here in the States and probably get it, but I ordered this as a 2-yard piece on Amazon. And this is just a little piece that I cut off, and then I have, of course, the one that's on the table. And there's a couple of ways to handle this, because when you receive this, it has folds everywhere, which means that when you take it and you put it on the table, my audio probably went a little weird there. It sounded like it with my mic and this in front of me. You see these lines, and that's a no-no. So there's a couple of things you can do. The tried and true method is not using a heat gun, but something like a hair dryer and using heat and just putting it down on the table. You've got to have clamps here also to just create tension to help with those wrinkles in the fabric. But basically, you turn this on with heat. And there's sort of a pulling technique, and you sort of massage it. And with time, these will disappear. And it works. It's going to take a little while. It's not a huge piece of vinyl here, but I can get all of these out along with the clamps kind of pulling it taut. But I thought to myself today, Jem, I never refer to myself in the third person, that's ridiculous. Is there another way? And I think there might be, which is a steamer. You've got to be really, really careful with steamers, because what comes out of this end, if your hand's there or any of your body parts, you're going to get burned really badly. I'm not saying that won't happen with a dryer, but I feel like it's a little bit more controllable. So if you're going to do this, make sure that your hands are out of the way, heat it up, and you're going to basically turn it on and apply that steam to the product. And I've already done it in a couple of places, and it seems to work really, really well. And basically, I'm just applying that heat and that steam to this vinyl. Ideally, what you're doing is you're pulling it from both sides, or when it's not hot, do not be in the direct path of it. But the thing that you'll also notice here, and it's already starting to get better, is you could hit it from the other side as well, which seems to definitely help. So you basically heat this and steam it from both sides. And I find that if you do that, then you're going to get to the finish line a little bit faster. It's a little bit of pulling. The problem sometimes with the hair dryer is if you leave it in one spot too much, especially because this is a vinyl product, it can start to change the actual, in this case, texture of this, because this has a slight bumpy texture to it, which is kind of nice because it's going to catch light slightly differently. So I find that if you do this, you've got to move it around a lot and just keep pulling on the product. And then you'll start to get places where it just starts to visually disappear. Obviously, there's more work to do here on this. It'll probably take me, I'm going to say 20 to 30 minutes to do this. I'm just going to deal with each one of these creases in the vinyl and continue to pull it taut. And at a certain point, this will, to camera, look like there's no seams, there's no creases or anything like that. So 2 different ways to deal with this. You can see even already, here's one side and then here's the other, and it is greatly improved. So again, I've got about half an hour's worth of work to do. I may use a combination of these 2 tools when I'm doing this. I'll see what works the best. And I am going to take it off of the tabletop when I do it, because again, I'm finding that using that steamer on both sides gets me to the finish line a little faster. That's what I got for you. Don't forget to, and I'll see you on the next episode of The Daily Drop.